we're going to do something special today. We're going to make something instead of having to write anything down or type anything out. How fun. What we're going to do is we're going to take a plastic bag like this and turn it into plastic yarn or Plarn. So basically it's a piece of almost like rope made out of a plastic bag. And then you can do weird things like it and make it into things. For example, I made my coaster here. I made my Plarn and then I rolled it up and I sewed it on the back so that I could turn it into a plastic coaster. You can also make containers. If you have talent, you can actually turn this into something like a bag or a purse or something like that, that if you know how to crochet or knit, you can crochet or knit with this because it's just like yarn made out of plastic. So first thing we need to do is prep our plastic bag. So we're going to take our plastic bag, and what you want to do is you want to straighten this bit out. You know how there's always this fold, and make sure it's nice and flat. You want to do that on both sides. Nice and flat. Both sides. So it's nice and well shaped. And then I'm going to put it on the ground. I'm going to aim my camera down. So hopefully you can see it. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to make sure it's nice and flat and smooth it out really well. I want the edges to meet. And then I'm going to do the same over here. Nice and flat, smooth it out. This part you have to be a little patient with, get all the creases out. And then I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it in half. Still have a crease there, get rid of my creases. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to fold it in half. Again, making sure your edges line up. Okay, and then one more time. So it's all folded up. So I folded it again, and fold it one more time. And now, this is the end where they're all sealed. I'm going to cut that end off. Goodbye. And then I'm just going to cut it into strips, about 1 centimeter or more, and I need 12 strips. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. This part I'm going to set aside. Don't need it. I don't need the handles. Now, I want to take these and turn them into longer pieces. So I'm going to take one like this, and then take a second one like this, and loop them together. So to do that, I'm going to take one and lay it down. I'm going to put the other one through this one, and then loop it through itself and attach them together. And I'm going to do that for all 6. So lay one down, other one across, and loop it through itself. So I'm going to do that for all of them. I'll show you one more, and I'll end up with 6 long strands out of my 12 short ones. So you can do it at this end too, one in the other, and through. Okay, so once you've done that, you should have 12 of them. And I put mine on this chair leg because I'm going to braid them, and this table leg or chair leg is going to help me. So I have all 6 looped underneath there, and it just means you can have a person hold on to the other end, but I don't want to have to do that. My husband has things to do, and I'm going to sort them out into 3 piles. So the bottom 2 I'm going to put to the right, and then the middle 2 I'm going to put to the middle, and then the other 2 I'm going to put to the left. And I'm just going to braid these. Now there's fancy ways of doing these, but braiding is so easy, and it works really well. And most, you know, all you have to do is go one over the other, right? And braid along. You will get tangled if you're not careful. So pull them through every once in a while. I just got tangled. Pull them through every once in a while so they don't tangle. And try to keep it nice and tight at the top, because you don't want it loose. You want it nice and tight. Okay, so I'm going to braid along. And while I braid, I'm going to talk about what I can use this for. Now, I can use this, like I said, to make stuff. And if you go look up Plarn, if you're into arts and crafts, look up Plarn on the internet and you will see there's amazing stuff people are making out of this. And they're making it and selling this stuff. It's great. And it's a great reuse of these bags. These bags just pile up anyways, right? They just sit in your house. And a lot of them end up in the landfill or end up in garbage, you know, in ditches or, you know, just thrown around forests and stuff. It's amazing how far these things will blow in windy conditions. So this is a good way of making sure that doesn't happen, right? Reuse them, use them for something. Now, I know I don't do a lot of crafts, right? A lot of you probably don't. You're thinking, I'm not gonna make a purse out of any plastic, Mrs. Wraight. But remember, you can do other things. Where I'm gonna use this for is in my garden. I'm gonna use these to tie up my tomatoes to the cage because they fall over, right? Tomatoes get droopy, they're too heavy for themselves. And I'm always looking for a nice, soft material to tie them up with that won't dig in and cause problems. Well, this is nice and soft. It's great that way. So this will prevent me from having a problem. So it'll let me tie up my cages. This is also really good for any time you just need a piece of string, right? You're like, we don't have any string in the house and I need some string. Well, now you know how to make your own string, right? You can make your own string. You can make it as long or short as you need it. And voila, you have something to tie up a garbage bag or anything else you might need some string for. You can now make your own very nicely. Okay, so I'm almost done. At the end, I'm going to need to tie the ends off so it doesn't come unraveled because I want it to stay braided. I don't want it to come unbraided. So I'm at the end. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it off the table leg and I'm going to tie off both ends. So I'm going to tie off this end. There we go. And I'm going to tie off this end. And then if you have a little bit of plastic at the end, I kind of rushed at the end, didn't quite finish, I admit. But I'm going to cut that bit off. Voila. And I end up with a piece of Plarn. Pretty cool. So what do I want you to do? Well, I want you to make a piece of this Plarn, and then I want you to either send me a photo with you in it, or if you don't want to do that, you can do this. Write your name on a piece of scrap paper and send me a photo to show it was you that made it, right? Send me that photo and I know that you made that Plarn. Get making your Plarn.